Sinner, where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee, maybe? Yes. It's a good serve down the tee, but Alex does well. Oh, but it's a lovely serve +1. He points to his team, clenches his fist, hits the remaining ball that he has in his pocket away because it was a first serve that got the job done largely. De Minaur and Sinner for the third time in, I don't know, feels like 5 weeks or so, exchanges at the net. And the result is the same as the two previous matches in Beijing and Vienna, albeit that one in Beijing was 3 sets. This one was straight sets. 13-0 now, Jannik Sinner leads the head-to-head. And in those 13 matches, he's lost just 3 sets, James.
Jesus. It's becoming a bit of a Djokovic Monfils sort of situation, that head-to-head.
I mean, it's kind of worse. At least Monfils had chances, but, match points, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's bizarre how one-sided that head-to-head is. So it's just because of how you would have thought that that period 21, 22, when Sinner was just still trying to find his feet, that De Minaur may have been able to squeak the victory here or there, but it is remarkable just how much in that matchup where bigger hitters have been thwarted by De Minaur, that Sinner just has his number completely locked down.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right in terms of...
It's certainly, but you got to give De Minaur his credit. He gets to,
in terms of the fact that you'd have thought that Jannik would have maybe lost 1 or 2 of their earlier encounters, but it has all gone his way. He's going to write something on the camera here, but it's almost certainly going to be in Italian, obviously, in his homeland right now. So, well, I think it's quite easy to understand that. Final, basically. Here we go. And Jannik is indeed there for the 3rd time in a row.
Finale. Yeah, I mean, third year in a row. I mean, certainly the Italian authority, when they went to buy this event, couldn't have probably dreamed of anything better for the last 3 years than to have an Italian in the final for each of those ones. It has been, just another remarkable run from Sinner. But again, what's something that feels very routine. He doesn't feel troubled. He hasn't dropped a set this week so far. Didn't drop a set at all. In Paris, it's a hard court under his feet and a roof over his head, and he is unstoppable.
Yeah, right. I'm just going to have a quick look at the stats before we bring this stream to an end. They've just popped up on my screen. We've got 30 winners from Jannik Sinner to 22 unforced errors. Feels like every time I see his winners to unforced errors ratio, it's always very favorable in the winners category. De Minaur, less favorable today, 21 winners to the 26 unforced errors. Let's have a quick look at the serving stats. Before we, as I say, bring this show to a close, here we go. Got the serving stats here, which were Jannik Sinner winning 84% on first serves. De Minaur is a little underpowered in that department and was only winning 45% on his second serves. And actually, probably, I think there's one thing that maybe Alex could have and should have done better now looking at this. It's just 52% of his first serves in. If he ups that to what would be a normal 60 to 70%, then he's probably making this a little closer, even if I think the results still would have gone the same way. It is, I talk about these two being quite similar in some ways, having a similar makeup in terms of tennis qualities, and De Minaur being just a little bit worse in every department. But I also mentioned in the preview that the one area where Jannik is maybe a lot further ahead than Alex is in the serving capacity. That is also borne out by those stats. Just final words on anything I've just said, or even this match as a whole.
I think the only real words are saying it's as expected, and it leaves now the big question, which is, are we going to get Sinner for the final time this year?
Yeah, possibly, probably. I just don't know with Alcaraz. It's a little bit less easy to be convinced by him on all surfaces, but especially indoor hard.
Yeah. I mean, for me now, I mean, I came into this match, I came into today really hoping of either one or two scenarios. We either get Sinner as the final, or we either get De Minaur versus Felix as the final. mainly because that's the only way I think those two matches or the final could be competitive if either of those two scenarios took out. But at the moment, there's only one of those scenarios which are left. I fear if it's Felix in the final, it would just be Paris and the group stages repeated again. But let's see what happens this evening.
This match at least was very much a match until we got to 5-all in the first set. De Minaur having chances on the Jannik serve, none more so than when he got to love 40 at the beginning of the match on the Jannik serve, but wasn't able to break. And then it was nip and tuck until 5-all, and then the break comes for Jannik, and that was really the match as Jannik raced into a 4-love lead. De Minaur, a little riposte from him at 4-love. He gets that hold where he's sort of pleased to at least get on the board. He then does threaten to break the Jannik serve, but doesn't do so, and there was the match. So Jannik Sinner, just to confirm, is into his third ATP Tour Finals in a row. The first one he lost, the second one he won. Will he win tomorrow? Well, do join us for the watch along, both tomorrow, but also later on this evening as well for the second semi-final. Big thanks, James, for your efforts today.
Thanks so much, John. Thanks for popping on many points as well.
No problem at all. And for the rest of you, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.